Yeah!
Hey guys, welcome back to Strats by Scotty. We're going to be testing out Sableye in our set of 5 today, Pokemon Go Battle League. Very first game, we're going to be leading off with Jirachi. We're going to have Clefable and Sableye in the back. Sableye is going to be our main Registeel counter. We lead with Jirachi just because we found that our most common opponent lead tends to be either a Flyer or an Azu. So Jirachi's got both of those covered. And then we've got the Clefable in the middle to catch any dark Pokemon like Umbreon or Shiftry that might otherwise sweep our other two pokes. And then we've got Sableye in the back for our Registeel and just Generalist. Game 1 we catch the Mantine, which would have been good for us if we played it a little bit better. But we ended up going for the bait on the first charge move for the Doom Desire instead of the Dazzling Gleam, thinking that the Mantine was shield. Most Mantine players shield the first charge move and then they don't shield the subsequent ones because the Bubble Beams debuffed you so much. But we ended up losing that match with energy because we just kept throwing Doom Desires and we thought maybe we'd be able to confusion them down and keep that energy for the next poke. Which could have possibly cost us because in these games, they're very rock, paper, scissory if you're not bringing multiple Pokemon that have good coverage for these top meta picks like Registeel and Azu. So when we bring in our Sableye to farm down the rest of the Mantine, take that energy into the Skarmory matchup here, we know we can outpace them because of the energy that we have built from the previous match. But the Skarmory shields instantly, which was kind of interesting to us. And then when we throw the second foul play, we notice that they shield again. So that tells us that they want to protect whatever's in the back from this Sableye. So we're thinking that it's possibly a Psychic user, either a Defense Deoxys or maybe a Hypno. Those are the most common ones we see. Or maybe even a Jirachi. So we double shield the Sableye, and then we throw the energy from the foul play onto the Skarmory. We thought maybe it'd be closer to KO him, but it wasn't quite. So we throw in a couple more Shadow Claws, and then we make a quick swap into Clefable for that charm damage just to KO the Skarmory, so that way it doesn't get off its charge move on us. And then in comes a Whiscash, which is, we know is a GG. Clefable can beat Whiscash in a no-shield scenario. It can take a Blizzard, no problem. But this player ends up going for multiple Mud Bombs, and Clefable eats those too. So let's go. GG's game number 1. Lucky for us, I mean, maybe we say lucky. It was good for us that they didn't have an Azu in this lineup because if they had, after that first lead match loss, we would have just been swapping with each other because then maybe we swap into our Clefable, and then if they had the Registeel too, they swapped. So it was just a good team comp for us. Game 2, not so lucky. We end up leading the Jirachi again, and they catch us with the Registeel. Jirachi can take the Flash Cannons. It does not take a Focus Blast very well. It takes about 3/4 health away. So we're hoping that we're going to get a shield bait on the first one that they hit us with and not be a Focus Blast. Not so lucky though. Like I said, this does about 3/4 health on us. But I mean, we're already at half health. We're going to try to get off at least one more Doom Desire after this. Maybe they get greedy and go for the farm down. But I think they end up burning their energy. But we've got this Registeel nearly down, so that's a win for us and a no shield. So we take our Sableye, and we were really hoping that we could get the farm down with the Shadow Claws, but unfortunately we just got a little greedy. We probably should have thrown the charge move just to get him out of there. And when you see Registeel in the front, you got to know what to expect in the back. So we were expecting an Azu to come in, and we were pleasantly surprised to see a Raichu. So we're going to be doing super effective damage if we can land one of these foul plays, as well as the Shadow Claw damage. So we're definitely going to shield up our Sableye, and we throw another foul play just because all the energy we farmed down from the Registeel. So at first we were thinking maybe we were doing pretty good. We end up burning our shield on the Sableye. It's just a Thunder Punch, which is unfortunate. And then we make a quick swap into Clefable, which ended up being pretty detrimental. We should have stayed in with the Sableye and just taken the damage, because then it ends up being an Azu in the back, which had us really surprised. Maybe our opponent fat fingered their trade in, or I don't know. Had our Clefable had more health, we definitely could have done better in this match, because it ends up being really close. If we just get off one Meteor Mash, we're in a much better position, or a Psychic. But instead, we've got the Sableye with Power Gem, which just isn't anywhere close, so that's GG's. That's just a misplay on us. But not seeing the Azu right away made us think that whatever was in the back, again, like game 1, would be bad. It would be bad for them if we left the Sableye. So what can you do though, you know? Hard meta lineup with the core of the Azu, Registeel. So we swap up in game 3. We're like, all right, we need a little bit more harder of a counter. We're going to lead with the Raichu. We catch an Azu, which is great for us. Then make the swap into Umbreon. Again, this is what we built our team for. And then we've got the Clefable coming in. One of the other common teams we run into is that Caleb Ping team. Everybody's trying out the lead of Skarmory, and then they have the 2 grass with the Shift Tree and the Meganium. So leading the Raichu, if we ended up coming against that type of team, we've got the swaps to make that coverage. Clefable is just so beefy. I mean, you're just eating these last resorts like sandwiches. So then we take our energy into the next matchup. We're going to throw the Psychic regardless, just because of the possibility of the debuff, and we were anticipating them coming back in with the Azu. So, and then unfortunately, our switch clock isn't quite up yet, because we would definitely have swapped into Raichu right away. But then we come in with our Sableye, which is what we want for this Registeel matchup, that we don't get it trapped against the Azu. They're going to drop the Flash Cannon and make a quick swap. Good switch, because they end up eating the energy from the foul play, which Azu just tanks like a beast. But now we're going to come back in with our Raichu, and we're still 2 shield v 2 shield, so we know we're in a positive matchup. And we've got energy, so we're going to start chucking Spirit Bombs at them. Wild Charge is just a KO move. And Volt Switch, we're kind of on the fence about Volt Switch, because Volt Switch, we like the damage that it does, but it takes so long, the animation's so long, that you end up getting trapped a lot of times. And if you fat finger or you over tap, you're not going to be able to get the energy off before you die, or before they get it, or they'll beat you to charge moves that way. But we're sticking with Volt Switch for now, just because we like the hard hitting damage that it does in between. We're going to double shield the Raichu, just because they end up double shielding the Azu. And then we're going to throw the Wild Charge on the Registeel, which is going to KO. Sneaking into that extra Volt Switch as they made the trade. And then when they come back in with the Azu, we're going to hit it with another Spirit Bomb, just in case, for good measure. Just kind of throw it in their face. These meta teams, it's getting old, Even when you're playing with stuff that's not, playing the same stuff is just getting old. So I really hope that Niantic comes in with some kind of ban limitation, not even a full ban, maybe just like a partial ban, like you can only use the Pokemon once in a set of 5, that type of thing. But anyway, we go into game 3, this is game 4. We go into game 4 with the Raichu v Raichu matchup, and we sneak in another Volt Switch while they're throwing their charge move. We're expecting it to be a Thunder Punch, and it is, so we tank it. And this is one of those situations where we fat finger the charge move. So instead of getting the Grass Knot off before they hit us with their charge, we end up having to burn a shield just to make sure, because we're close enough that I'm pretty sure we probably would have survived that Thunder Punch, but didn't want to risk it. Didn't want to die with the energy and lose the lead. So we take our energy into the Registeel, because they end up taking the Grass Knot. Chucking Spirit Bombs at them. We're expecting the shield. A little bit of lag. That's just Go Battle League, man. I mean, you can't play a set without getting one game of lag. We end up getting to another Wild Charge before going down. The Registeel ends up burning the shield, which is good for us. So now we're in an even shield scenario, hoping that they get greedy to try to farm, but they end up going for the charge move right before we get our Wild Charge. So that's unfortunate, but we end up burning the shield because we want to either get their shield or finish the Registeel. And again, that was just one of those moments where you over tap on the charge. And luckily, we were able to get it off, but we were so close to death that it could have cost us. So then we're going to come in with our Clefable to do some damage to this Swampert. And most Swamperts are running Hydro Cannon and Sludge Wave, and we time it just perfectly into the switch on the Sableye, so that way they burn the Sludge Wave energy on the Sableye. Not very effective. And then they're going to try to overcharge a little bit to another Sludge Wave, because they know that they've got a shield, they're going to use it on the Sableye here. And they know that they're going to need to get to a Sludge Wave, or that Charm's going to start taking them out. So they burn the Hydro Cannon here, but they were just a little too aggressive with their farm, I think. Or they just didn't hit the charge in time, because Clefable came in and finished it with 1 Charm. So 3-1 so far, going pretty good. Even strong against a meta lineup. Should be in a little better shape if we played a little better, but I mean, that's just how it goes sometimes. Going into game 5 though, got another positive lead, Raichu v Azu, and then we're a little slow because of the Volt Switch on getting into our Sableye. And we made 2 mistakes here. Mistake number 1 is that we should have just let it, with the health that the Haunter has, we should have just let the move come through, even if it was a Shadow Ball, because then we could just come in with our Raichu, probably 1 Volt Switch and it'd be done. And then, so we end up shielding, and then we get hit with the Shadow Punch anyway because we thought, oh, we'll just save the energy, as if anything's really going to be super effective in the back once you're switch locked with Sableye. And we know that he's going to come back in with Azu, so that was a waste for us. That just misplay. If we don't do that, we take the Shadow Punch and we burn the energy, and we've got both our shields and we win that match. And again, just winning the switch matchups are pivotal, because if you don't get your pokes lined up against the right matchup, it's going to be game over for you. We come with our Clefable to try to finish up, and they've got the Registeel, and which would be normally a positive match, but being down that shield really hurts us. So there's just no way we're going to be able to come back. We're going to play it out though, because we're not a quitter. 3-2 though, testing out Sableye. Not bad. I think he would have done better if he'd have been paired with a little more symmetry, something like a Defense Deoxys or a Skarmory, get a little more better coverage. But we did pretty well though with the Raichu lead, with the Clefable in the middle. We had a couple misplays in these sets, but still, I mean, pretty satisfied. If there's any pokes that you guys would like me to try, or any lineups that you want to suggest, you can put it in the comments. I'll definitely give them a go. I like playing with different stuff. I'm definitely anti-meta. I can't say that enough. I think one of the things I hate the most is, besides playing the same things, is playing against the same things with the same. You know, like I hate mirror matches. I don't want to do that stuff. That's just boring. And it just comes down to IVs or lag. But if you guys enjoyed the content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.